Okay, so we're continuing on patch 13.5.1's addition to the Gunsmith task, this one being Gunsmith Part 14. It is the SR25 with some fancy parts, but it's not too bad. You're going to need loyalty level 4 traders for a lot of it, mostly then 3 for some of it. The big one's going to be obviously the FLIR. Everything else is going to be available on the Flea, some stuff more expensive than not. So let's jump right into it and get you guys done with this build. So the first thing obviously you need is an SR25. You can buy these off of Peacekeeper or get them through your scav case or any number of other methods that you can end up with one through raiders or rogues and stuff, but you need one. Now, I'm going to do this build off the stock one I bought from Peacekeeper. The only thing that really matters there is you have to make sure if you're not using this one, you need to make sure you have the 16-inch barrel and that you have the KAC QDC flash suppressor item. You don't need to go with the really expensive one. This one's cheaper. Now for the FLIR, we're going to talk about this first. There are 4 ways to get the FLIR, pretty straightforward. You can buy it straight off a Jaeger, I believe on 4, yes, for $676, but this is the expensive way to get it. It's the easy way to get it, but it's the expensive way. After that, on 3, you have a barter. Now this barter right here costs about 300 to 400K. As we're sitting right now, it's about 400K with where we're in the Flea. Things will get more expensive, cheaper. It might be more expensive when it comes time. The other barter you can do is on Mechanic. This is on loyalty level 4 Mechanic though. It is a little bit cheaper as of right now. This cost runs you anywhere from 250 to 300K, depending on if you have to buy these parts or if you get them out of raid yourself or whatever. After this, you can get the FLIR on 2 weapons, a little bit cheaper than purchasing it straight off a Jaeger. The first one is going to be on Mechanic level 3. This is after unlocking a task. I can't remember which one, but you get this AK-104 T-Saw. It is 4 RFIDs and 2 vertexes. This is going to run you anywhere from 450, probably closer to 500,000 rubles, but it gets you a gun and a FLIR and some other parts that you might be able to use. The last barter is probably one of the more popular ones. It is on Jaeger. It's almost always sold out. It's the Nerf gun, gives you a Saiga, some decent parts for other stuff. It's 10 Sprats, 10 Aquamarine, and then 10 Squash. Right now, this is running about 500K. You can see it go down as low as 450, but sometimes as high as 550 or 600. Just kind of depends on how much you're getting your stuff for, obviously. But those are how you're going to get your FLIR outside of just straight buying it. Now for the build, let's open up the build so you guys can get an idea of what it's going to take for this. Open up my preset. Let me turn on the parts so you can see. And there you go. You got a canted sight, a D-ball, an expensive suppressor, the FLIR 10-round mag, grip stock, the SE5, which we'll talk about that specifically because that is actually unlocked by this task now. So it's pretty expensive. And then if you want to buy everything straight up, I have everything unlocked. So the SE5 is pretty cheap. Say it's probably going to cost you about 100K. So you're 250K for this. If you have all the traders unlocked to buy this stuff, I'm going to purchase it now 163K. That's the part list for everybody who is looking for it. Here, let me get rid of my face so you guys can see it. There is the part list. You can pause if you want, and then we'll assemble it. Again, here, I'll just get rid of my face here for a sec. You can see what we got on here for all the parts for the gun. I want to make sure it didn't use my found and raid FLIR. It didn't. That's the Gunsmith 24 gun. Here's the piece, the SE5 that I wanted to show you guys. 100K. It is unlocked with this task from Mechanic. Get to the task here, part 24. You can see right here the SC5 is unlocked. So you're gonna end up spending money for it if you can't find it. So that is going to be an expensive piece of it, aside from the suppressor, which is like a meta suppressor. So it is also super expensive as well. Now for the other list, some of you guys like to see this list. Here is the parts, and then that gives you the Gunsmith part 24. But that's it. Really quick, short, and simple. It's an easy build. There's not a lot there to it. Just slap some parts on and you're way to go. Part 25 is going to be the PKP. We'll do that as soon as I can get it. I'm waiting to do the task right now, but we'll sign off for here. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in Tarkov.